In the meantime, though, the Paris attacks are reigniting and even stoking a huge debate that pits privacy against national security. This matters to all of you who use anything encrypted, whether you shop on sites or speak on the phone. New reports showing ISIS terrorists are hiding their communication with at least one app. It's German-based, and it's called Telegram. And another startup called Cloudflare is under fire for allegedly protecting dozens of ISIS-affiliated sites from attempts by the hacking group Anonymous to take them down. Steve Herrod helped build the underlying technology for the cloud software company VMware and is the former chief technology officer. And here in a Fox Business exclusive, Jason Healy. He spent nearly 15 years working on issues of cybersecurity in both the private and public sector, and he's advised President Bush as the White House Director of Cyber Infrastructure, directed Goldman Sachs' team as well. I'll begin with you, sir, and you're a professor at Columbia right now. Talk to us about this issue of encryption. They've been using these sites, and encryption's a beautiful thing until it isn't, until the terrorists use it as a tool.
It certainly helps both the good guys and the bad guys. It fuels American commerce and helps protect us from hackers, but it does get used by the bad guys.
Here's just so that you know, on your screen, folks, something the Wall Street Journal got a hold of, and it was reportedly distributed by ISIS on, what's the safest way of chatting? And on the far left are the safest ways, and this way they wouldn't get caught. Go ahead.
But I think this is great because it shows that the terrorists have tens, if not dozens, of options. So a lot of what the U.S. government wants, the justice and intelligence officials, whom I used to work at NSA, so I certainly feel their pain of feeling that the terrorists can hide their communications. But the problem might actually be more the proliferation of these communications technologies rather than any single one.
Well, Jason, Steve, rather, you cannot stop evolution, especially technological evolution. So what is the answer here? You've built clouds. You've built all kinds of operations where I would imagine you have some type of backdoor password, which is reminiscent of that 1980s movie with Matthew Broderick of War Games, where they talked about a backward password where you can actually go in the back door and shut it down or try and figure out who's using it nefariously. Is that the answer?
You know, it's a really important topic. Let's remember, encryption, as we said, is used by all of us every day. It's used for our bank accounts. It's for e-commerce on iTunes or Amazon or Jet. It's where we store our medical records. And the issue here is that these backdoors are often used with very unintended consequences. If you want to open up a backdoor, I think it's more often than not that the bad guys actually are getting in. And this is where they can take money, they can get stolen identities. And so ironically, the backdoors that we talk about for keeping us safe can ultimately trigger more of the negative behavior.
Well, Professor, one of these companies is a German company, and we can't make a German company comply. We can't make them open up their systems.
That's right, and that's what makes it so difficult with the proposals that justice and intelligence folks want. It's very difficult to do this in a way that the terrorists just won't go to new technologies that are developing.
Well, so, Steve, do we leave it up to Anonymous, the hacking group that's now attacking ISIS? And we cheer them on, but they've caused havoc themselves. They've apparently claimed that they're shutting down 5,000 Twitter sites that ISIS has been using. And we're sitting there saying, yay, we leave it up to them. Aren't we smart enough here and in Silicon Valley, where you've built your companies?
Absolutely. I'm very optimistic. I think right now I see new technologies and new entrepreneurs every single day. And security has become a really heavy focus here in Silicon Valley because it's an important issue for all of us. It's very hard technical problems, which a lot of people around here really flock to. And it's actually very good business, too, as companies need this just as much as we do as individuals. So I see just incredible innovation happening around this, and I don't think we need to rely on splinter groups to do things. I think really we can take technology and do a partnership with government, but really apply it in a way that doesn't hurt us individually and doesn't hurt all the commerce that we're doing online as well.
It's a pleasure to have both of you. I like that. We don't need to rely on splinter groups. Thank you. I mean, the ingenuity is here in the U.S. with people like you and with people like Jason. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Steve Herrod and Jason Healy.